welcome friends to another episode of Cooking with Bob. We got a lot going on in this episode. First, I am using the 180 box that Shane Coffey gifted me on our last outing. We did it overnight at the shelter on Shelter Island. It was Shane Coffey, Steve Cusack, and I. We stayed out there the night, and he was so gracious to give me one of his 180 boxes, and we're going to be using it today. On the menu, we're going to make, I think I'm going to go with scrambled eggs, Spam, and we're going to do it in wraps. So this ought to be really good. So this basically is going to be our breakfast menu. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get our taters in the frying pan, because we're going to throw some taters in on the mix. There we go. Actually, that's quite a bit of taters. Might be a little bit on the overkill side, and I brought in some vegetable oil with me. And a really cool little secret to carrying vegetable oil with you, no matter how good your container is, there's always a good possibility that it's going to leak. So I like to put a little saran wrap on the top of it, and it really helps to keep it sealed. So we're going to put our vegetable oil on there. Go ahead and brown our taters up, and I have a feeling it's not going to take long with this box. I do believe our taters are nicely cooked. Actually, some of them are a little bit on the overcooked side. So the first thing we're going to do is pull our taters off and put them down here so this will catch the grease. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dump out and get some of the crunchies out of there. Okay, the next thing on the agenda, I'm going to go ahead and throw this towel over the taters. That way they stay nice and warm while we move on to the next phase of the project. We got our canned Spam right here, and I'm using the half serving because I don't think I'm going to eat a full serving on this outing. Little trick I learned to get these suckers out of the can, and I'd like to thank some of my subscribers for telling me this. Simply put a little hole in the top, releases the air pressure. That little bugger is going to come right out of there. Theoretically. Rainbow hiker? Has this ever happened to you? Kind of an inside joke. Alright. Got our Spam out of the can. Next thing we need to do is I'm going to cut our Spam up into little bitty pieces. Actually, little squares. So we can get that. Oh, got some dirty on me there. I don't think we're going to use that much. So, since we don't waste food out here on the trail, I'm going to throw that in a somewhat clean Ziploc bag. Throw that in my cooler. We'll use that a little bit later on. Finish cutting these up into squares. Do it. We'll go ahead and throw the squares in our pan right here. And we're simply just going to brown them up a little bit, which should not take long because this is one heck of a hot fire. Now, while that's happening, I'm going to show you my little cooler I'm using here. Basically, it's just one of those kids' coolers, and it had a liner in it. I took the liner out. What I do is I freeze 2 water bottles. That way, at the end of the day, I have some ice, cold water to drink. And I went ahead and pre-processed my eggs last night. Basically, I cracked them in a cup, stirred them up, and poured them in this here water bottle. That way, we don't have to worry about cracking them out in the field. So, got everything nicely in our cooler. Staying cold. Okay, as you can hear, our Spam is starting to fry on us. We need to pick up the pace just a little bit. Move that around. Basically what we're doing is we're just heating the Spam up. We're going to brown it. As you know, Spam's pre-cooked anyway. We're getting a little stickage. So I'm going to take my little vegetable oil can here, or bottle. Just put a little vegetable oil in there. I don't think we need very much. Next thing on the agenda, we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. Now I like to tape the top of these bottles just in case. I've had a couple accidents and I've learned from experience, good idea to tape the bottle. Throw our eggs in. Remember, I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to. Back your trash out. Alrighty then. We're going to pre-add our salt and a little pepper. Now on your condiments, what I like to do is liberate them from the fast food restaurants. There we go. This should only take a couple minutes to heat up, especially as hot as this freaking fire is. Oh my Lanta. Shane, this 180 box is just working out a lot better than I expected. I cannot believe how hot it gets. Our eggs are almost scrambled. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of cheese to the mix. I'm using shredded cheese this time. We're going to let that melt in there. And I'll bob it up a little bit, and we're going to throw in a fresh tomato. I think our tomato is angry. Or I need to sharpen the knife again. I'm shooting for sharpening the knife again. Throw that in there. I think that needs a little bit more slice up. Yeah. You know what to say, waste not, want not. All right. Oh, this is getting very close to being done. We are going to use what I call dirt tortillas. Since I'm somewhat on a health kick, I am trying to eat healthy, so we're going to go with the whole grain tortillas. Now what I did is simply took about 3 or 4 of them, I think, I don't remember, and simply wrapped them up in this little thing of tin foil. There we go. We're going to set this on our workspace here. Now we got another clean surface to work with. Now it's time to go ahead, we're going to add some of the taters, probably not a lot of them, and we're going to do the taste test. Oh my God. Okay, taters are good. Now it's time to go ahead and put all these ingredients together. that looks so good. Okay, let's go ahead and throw some on the tortilla. A little bit more tomato for me. There we go. Jeez, that looks good. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and cover that up, keep it warm. And we're going to need a beverage. Okay. Basically what we have here is eggs, Spam, taters, on a little bit of tomato, and I added just a salt, pepper. We're just going to wrap that up. Oh boy, I got stuff falling everywhere. Let's give it a try. That is freaking amazing. I know, I'm missing the hot sauce. I forgot to put it in my pack. Go easy on me. So, there you go, friends. Another episode of Cooking with Bob. We did the wraps here, and I used the 180 stove, or the 180 box that Shane Coffey gifted me, and it works freaking great. Comments are more than welcome. And like always, friends, thanks for watching.